Time now for the bottom half of the roster to make an impact, Brock. Our preseason opener underway in half number 2. Antonio Gibson now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now this offense ready to head back out. And as we're being reminded of watching this package, there have been quite a few mad scrambles for the football in this one. It has been put on the deck a lot, and unfortunately, they haven't always been there to make the recovery.
Yeah, I think this is twofold, Kate. I think, number one, this is a defense who has studied its opponent and their tendencies well, knowing there were opportunities to rip the ball out of their hands. And then offensively, this has been a mess. And this is one of those games where it's just error after error after error, and you know they typically come back to bite you.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed.
Wow, it's free again! Panthers pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
Back out runs their offense. And I get the feeling, Brock, an already substantial lead is about to grow yet again as they take over here with 1st and goal. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers push their lead further to start the half. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. The 6th time he's run it in this game, and that ties the NFL record. Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Patriots and Jacoby Brissett out again on offense for this next drive. And you tell us this all the time, Brock. Touchdowns aren't the only stats that make a quarterback, right? Yep, he's nodding right now. But the absence of any from his ledger, well, that's problematic. And his struggles are indicative of the challenge that this offense as a group has really been fighting all game long. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
19, 10, go.
On the option, here's Gibson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
19, hey, kill, hey, kill.
Polk makes the catch. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Pressure coming for Brissett. Buys time. He's taken down. The Panthers rush gets home. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
I think we can officially call this pile-on mode. They've been the better group all game. You felt it. This quarterback, well, he certainly felt the brunt of it. The rest of the way, Kate, this may be time to pad those stats and keep on pressing against a group that has had no answers for him up front.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this will come from just inside his end zone. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes this in at the 25. And he didn't quite break it, but still an excellent return that gets him up near midfield. Terrific return here, 24 yards. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. They give right side to Henry. By a man, and now he's in the clear. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. A 7th rushing score in this game. That's a new NFL record. Well, he had a date with history, and now that football, and heck, maybe the jersey too, they've got a date with Canton and the Hall of Fame. That is a new single-game record for rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this credential. How about you, partner?
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
This has been awesome, right at the intersection of luck and skill. The luck and the good fortune to get so many opportunities, but then that skill to deliver time after time after time.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The offense headed back to the field. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
19, set.
Shotgun now for Brissett. This one taken in by Baker. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's Gibson on 2nd down. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
19,
Here's Brissett to throw. That pass is caught up. Oh, he loses the football. Panthers pick this one up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free instead of facing 4th down. Even better, that defense is off the field completely.
The Panthers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle. Second and 6 coming up here. Now Jackson off the play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So that brings them to 3rd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up fourth down. He's one of the greatest to do it. Justin Tucker on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Bullock's kick is good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes their offense out again. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
19, set, go.
They'll try it right with Gibson. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
19,
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8. Brissett to throw it. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that brings up 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Jukes one defender, and he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner, up past the 35. The Panthers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st. They run. Here's Henry. Avoids the defender. We've got a foot race. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Panthers piling onto the scoreboard yet again. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Another one on the ground for him. And he's done it so many times before in just this game, Brock. There he is again in the end zone leading that celebration.
I think they're running out of ways to celebrate.
I think so, too.
Right? They work on these things. They love these celebrations, but my gosh, he's made a habit of visiting the end zone, and it's his effort, it's his want to, it's his will that has carried this offense forward for much of the game.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This offense ready to get going again now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
19. Go.
Operating from the gun, Brissett. Completed over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself.
Wow, it's free again! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Punt meets him at the 28. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The visitors and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense more good numbers well into this 2nd half. So good field position for the Panthers, starting this drive 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. There he goes, right sideline. Runs in, touchdown Carolina. The Panthers trying to end this before the final quarter. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Another one on the ground for him. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Their offense ready to take the field now. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves, and you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now it's Brissett. He's on the... Wow, it's free again! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
This is exactly what you want out of your defense. If they're not going to secure the ball on offense, and they're going to give you a shot at it, go punch that ball loose and get a body on it for the recovery.
The Panthers get going again once more on offense. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Panthers grow their lead off the turnover. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Another one on the ground for him. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Patriots running their offense out there. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Brissett looking to throw. Wow, it's free again! Panthers pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Panthers set to take the field. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. And look at where they start with the football now.
And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Another score for him this game. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, gotta play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the the 39. That's taken in by Bell. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On first down, it's Gibson. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Short side option here. He's running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
3rd down, it's Brissett. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And another mistake for them here. This punt had way too much on it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10, here's Jackson. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's a gain of 4. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st. Handoff headed right to Henry. Broke through the tackle. He's got room to roam here. He's in for the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Another score for him this game. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
Tucker adds the PAT, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. This return makes it up to the 25. The New England offense running out now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A give left side to Gibson. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Here's Brissett. Wow, it's free again! Panthers pick this one up, and they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Panther offense headed out to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Play action now with Jackson. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's a give for Henry. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
5 men in the secondary for the Pats, 3rd down. They send St. Brown in motion left. Jackson now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Henry has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers grow their lead off the turnover. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Another score for him this game. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here's New England, ready once again on offense. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
This could be it. This could be it. This could be the turning point. Let's go.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. On the return, here's Gibson. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Patriots offense all set to go. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
19. Set. Hey, kill. Here
The
we go.
give inside to Gibson. He'll cobble together a yard there. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
At the 23-yard line.
19. Go.
Again, it's Gibson. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score.
Wow, it's free again! Panthers pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them, Kate's going to say the same thing. Ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
The Carolina offense headed out now. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for him. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Lamar now from the gun. And they take this in for the score. The Panthers capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Patriots and Antonio Gibson back out on offense. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating.
It's on the turf, ball's out, he lost it. And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 29. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Throw on 3rd down. Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
A counter give to Gibson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the shotgun, Brissett. Escapes the pocket. And he's dropped. They got there for the sack. And that brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. The Patriots have it. 1 quarter to play in what's been a rough outing for them.